I can't believe it.
Good afternoon, morning, evening, hello. Welcome to Darth Grumpy Dad. Alright, working on our D4 or D3 season still. Listening to Louder with Crowder in the background. Sounds like they're busting a pedo. A 3PDO file. Okay, I forgot what I was doing. Seemed like I was. Oh, yes, I was.
Thank you as well. Talking with pedophiles.
Okay.
Alleged pedophile. Allegedly, he did say right there he asked for nudes and sent pornography to an he tried to meet up her. Who's that guy? Who's that interview? Oh, he's great. Well, Douglas was. He's the best. He's the best that I've ever seen because you take confronting them and add someone who's funny. Oh my God! It's a perfect storm. It's a perfect. I have to put it on there.
See if we can get ourselves a Hellfire Amulet. Ancient Hellfire Amulet, I'm pretty sure is what I need. There we go. Doodle-doodle-doo. Doodle-doodle-doo. Sometimes, like, usually somewhere between 1 and 20 rolls to get an Ancient Hellfire. What do we want here?
I didn't mean to. Whenever you hear somebody say, well, I didn't mean to, if you are talking about the action, if you are talking about the effect,
let's get this crit.
Talking about the intent,
Grant's man, I hear.
That person is likely to project and label you a narcissist. That's what often happens, right? They try and throw it onto you, like, well, I didn't mean to. Why are you so self-absorbed? Well, hold on a second. You did send nudes. You did ask for nudes repeatedly. I didn't mean to, I didn't mean to do anything.
Tome of the Set Dungeons.
I fell onto my keyboard 6,482 times. Yeah.
And it spelled out, send me nudes.
I don't know. Sir, you have a sneeze guard on your computer screen. Yeah, I was playing the Golden Corral game, Virtual reality shit. Windshield wiper on your computer.
Jesus.
I got caught up in something. And I love how this is so urgent, but he still can't help himself from going on his phone. I know. Let me see a talking cat. You see this? I love how he's talking about it. He's like, I should have just gotten in the car. I'm like, you should probably also get in the car now. Yes, you should leave now. You're making it work. The guy convicted himself. Yeah, I know. I mean, you just show that to the jury or the judge. You're like, okay, this guy will never be seen. They say that he who represents himself, I've heard this, as a fool for a client, but there's bullshit. I'm no fool. Look, I'm a Detroit Lions fan. He represented the Lions with that hat. I look like my 600-pound Russell Peterson.
All right, let's see. I'm not sure if I have enough of all the pieces, but we'll see. We'll see. I believe DMO is not one of the sets for this. We'll see if I got enough.
Deliberately deceitful. There have been some developments, which brings us to our newest segment.
Doo-doo-doo.
I am a pussy, and that is frankly a wild thing to say. I'm telling you.
And again, all this, everything I'm listening to in the background falls under fair use, right? This is live right now. It's public. You can watch this for free, right? I don't play any members-only stuff.
You want to dance, Johnny? Let's dance. So yesterday in real
Not
time,
that there aren't places that will hit you with copyright. Anyways, like 60 Minutes, CBS, any places like that. Because they like blatantly lie all the time on their shows. So they can't have you streaming that, pointing out how they're lying exactly, specifically. Oop, Set Dungeons. Okay, so let's head back to town and grab a set here. We will grab
everyone on YouTube and on social media. It used to be called new media. This was seen as
yeah, that DMO is not one of the sets that'll work, so we will start with Talrashes. Not sure if there's a Talrashes show here.
Actually have your say. That's the reason that Rumble exists. YouTube is dead. YouTube is not what YouTube
like
once was. The claim was made
5
on
pieces
behalf of
to make it
Oliver's
work.
talent agency, Avalon, and Last Week Tonight. This was manual. They did it. This wasn't just automatic.
I thought you misspoke, but it actually was taken down before it went live.
Yeah.
How is that even possible?
Yeah. They have, I'm pretty sure they have us set as an alert.
They have it set as an alert.
We appealed the decision, just to give you an idea, under this fair use principle, a law principle, and we've done this.
You know they're talking about what I was just
saying. Let me be clear with you in sort of outlining what fair use is. It couldn't be more clear in this instance, and if this doesn't apply as fair use, everyone out there is at risk. If you rebut anything,
I think there's a Tar Ross's belt too. I
forgot
to grab it.
Hey, do you know
That
who
should
violates
get
fair
it.
use?
Oop, there's
John
my page.
Oliver, by showing clips on a regular basis to lampoon them or rebut them. Now, of course, he's never actually debated anyone in person or showed up with anyone who was a less than friendly audience, which I would argue is, coward.
This again.
But he's a Brit.
I want the cash one.
According
So
to
I'm pretty sure
YouTube's
that's what I'm
standards,
going to be doing.
which are supposed to be based on law.
Right, and then we can
And
put
by the way, the
this
same applies
way.
for journalism. Single-party consent means that
We still need
the
that
person
stuff
doesn't
because
know they're
our
being filmed or recorded. You know how you expose corruption. YouTube doesn't apply the law in that instance either.
whatever
They
is
get
going
the
to
benefit
require
of
all those
Section
pieces.
230, so long as
Okay,
they follow
let's
the law.
see.
So this is how YouTube defines fair
Yes,
use.
Firebird.
Purpose and character. It says courts typically focus on whether the
DMO
use of
Typhon.
copyright-protected material is transformative. That means, are you just rebroadcasting something? Are you pirating it? Or are you changing that content? Like a parody, or like a point-by-point myth, fact, claim, truth, rebuttal. It's transformative. The nature of the copyrighted work is another category they have. This is using material from primarily factual works is more likely to be fair use than using purely fictional works. Maybe that's John Oliver's defense, that he is not
that should be plenty.
a primarily factual entity, show, creator. I don't know. It's the only wiggle room I can see with them arguing against this being fair use. If John Oliver wants to go out on that shield and say, "Oh, you can't take what I say seriously. I'm full of shit." Fine.
Listen to that argument.
Fine, we'll listen to that. I'm full of shit.
Purely fictional. I don't know. And then the third sort of
Apparently
litmus test
Typhon's
the
is the one
amount
that-
or the length of the copyrighted work being used. So borrowing small bits, according to YouTube, of material from an original work is more likely to be considered fair use
Typhon's
than borrowing large portions.
is the
So
one
we
that does not
rebutted
have a
John
set
Oliver,
budget.
therefore it was transformative. It
Maybe
is supposed to be
DMO is the one that's
primarily
not included in the
fact-based work. Okay, so we should
challenge,
start there.
seasonal
And then as long
challenge.
as you're using shorter clips and addressing them due to their newsworthiness or factual basis or disagree. All three categories. It couldn't be more clear. This is an
Okay,
attack
so
on freedom
we're
of
there.
speech on YouTube. And there are
Yes,
some
we'll
libertarians
try
out there say,
DMO.
"Oh, you can go create your own YouTube." Well, we have. There's Rumble. But this is about selective application of the rules and the law. The final category is effect on market value. Uses that harm the copyright holder's ability to profit from their original work are less likely to be fair uses. This didn't harm John Oliver's ability to profit whatsoever. If anything, it would drive more traffic to his content.
More numbers, more eyeballs.
Yep. So, does our video fit those standards? Well, here's the thing. Right now, it's been removed from YouTube, so you can't watch it. I know, it's like a figment of your imagination. So actually, go on over to the Rumble homepage. It's featured. And check the video out to see for yourself. Featured right there on the homepage. Thanks, Rumble. Link in the description.
It's got to piss him off.
There didn't used to be a Rumble.
Yeah.
This is the problem with being at the feet of YouTube. Guys, you gotta start
Uh-huh.
migrating. Also, how many new stars has YouTube allowed to grow in the last 3-4 years? It's really, really hard.
Yeah.
They've pulled the ladder up. They want the John Olivers, the Seth Meyers of the world. They don't want you. In retaliation, by the way, to yesterday's show, in a rare instance
see.
of showing up for the fight, John Oliver posted his own,
Viewers. That's
arguably not fair use, watch
last
and react.
one.
Play from the beginning. The United States says waste. It's always. The United States minutes don't run efficiently. Yeah, we know that, but you've never conducted any actual audits. This is the first time it's happened in our lifetime. That's why it's a big deal. That's why you're so mad. You understand that, right? The United States says waste. We've been saying it for decades. The United States that money is fast being laundered. We've been saying it for decades. Hey, let me ask you this. You ever look into Burisma? You ever talk about it? What about the Hunter Biden laptop? What about the 70,000 new IRS employees? What about the IRS targeting of conservatives? trial. At least he showed up. So this is where we are. John Oliver is a huge, absolute,
Doodly-doo.
and Google is doing the bidding of these giant networks. By the way, these giant networks don't care about you. Remember HBO? Westworld, first season was a great show. You're now a subscriber to Max? They don't have it. They don't have it. I went to HBO to go, now called Max, to try and watch Westworld. It's not there, but I have Chris Wallace. Are you screwing with me?
Guess
HBO's
all
been
of
at the
them.
center of the cancer for years.
It really has.
It is the worst of the fucking worst. I
is.
worked there.
Yeah,
I worked for a good guy, Chris Rock, but I saw and I met the fucking faces of evil.
Yeah.
You
Yes, it
know,
would.
it's
We
disgusting.
Yeah.
Just, but I took their money.
Yeah.
we have 5% damage.
Now I had a crack at it.
We got left over here. We've got
It would be nice if John
reduced damage
Oliver-
taken
I hope he
from
dies.
elites. We have
I really do. I hope there's an accident.
You know what?
dodged by 5%, which would be good for the month coming up.
Shut up, you pussies.
Unlike Colbert,
Damage
I think
to
John Oliver can be
bosses.
funny, but you know what? You say what you want about Jon Stewart. Jon Stewart did
5%
absolutely
damage.
own Bill O'Reilly on his own show. He would show up. He did it with Tucker Carlson.
Yeah, I
Let's
He
look
had
at
the
you.
balls to show up and to argue.
And he was nice about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I never
think
had
I'm gonna
problems,
grab-
of course,
I-
politically, yeah,
what
sure.
is
But
this?
I told you when he had shows before he had the Daily Show.
Yeah.
On
Let's get all the
Comedy, he would call
bottom
me
ones first
Yeah.
here, I
He turned around a
guess.
couple times. And
We'll
he
just
mentioned
start
me and
there.
Colin Quinn when he signed off on the Daily Show.
Oh,
Yeah.
need to
Said, "Look
collect.
forward to going back to stand up.
And an
you
ancient
know.
puzzle
And I
ring.
always liked him. He was always
That
polite,
could be-
even if we beefed or whatever.
Sure. Yeah,
That
at
can
least
be
he would show.
done.
John Oliver has never
Oh, he's a
showed.
bitch. He's a limey, dirty limey.
But we
Yes,
need
he is.
to.
And YouTube is doing the bidding of talentless, I don't want to say talentless,
What do I got for-
mediocre talent, backboneless, spineless, feckless pussies
All right,
who aren't
so-
even from this country. YouTube, how about you start following the laws?
I want to start
of the
running
country
some
that's
cow
allowed you
sticks
to create a company in the
for
first
mats
place. It's threatening the
and
entire ecosystem, and we've seen this for a long time. The entire
portals
platform
of
YouTube is pretty
enmity
much
that
dead.
dropped during
Rumble
them.
is the future, and we're
So
able to
here's
do these
what we're
kinds of
gonna
segments.
do.
John Oliver, anytime. We welcome you, and of course we'll be polite. We'll match intent.
We're gonna see,
I would
like I
love
went
to
on
have a
Discord,
conversation. And not
and
just about
found a
political experience.
channel
Maybe you don't know that your talent
that,
agency is doing this. Maybe you don't know what's going on social media. I know you've advocated for censorship.
like, and you can go find one
But you know what?
yourself,
I'm
like
willing to hear
Diablo
you out.
3
And I know that everyone in the
seasonal
conservative movement is willing
database,
to hear you. You'd be surprised as to how polite
right?
the
And there's
audience is.
channels
The
on there,
difference
and
is
what they do is they
actually
have
show up. They
recipes.
actually stand behind their
So,
convictions. There's a reason that
how this
Rumble
works
the future.
is,
There's a reason that YouTube is dead,
in
and it's
Diablo
just
3,
crystallized
every
by the
season,
fact that John Oliver is a spineless pussy.
nothing's actually random. Yes, it's random, but it's not really, really random, right? The first several rolls on any given item are going to be the same on any given character at level 1,
Are you shitting me? I'm
right?
sleeping a
So
guy
we're going to
today.
go switch hero. We're going to create hero.
We're up there.
My parents went and saw him a couple
And I'm
years
going to
ago.
grab
Ladies
me
were
a
still throwing
bubble-headed
their balls on
barbarian
stage.
here.
Well, they have triple D cups filled with.
And we are going to name him Mads. That's actually not a bad.
Throwing giant girls.
Alright, when you go settings, adventure mode 1, normal,
Yeah, the pee pants and the pads.
Catheter here.
start.
Someone just crowd surfing their hover
And I
around.
think it was, yeah, it was under
By the way,
multi-use.
if you are not Mug Club is now, Rumble Premium. Rumble Premium
And I
is Mug Club.
think
Click that button below.
weapons.
Just click it right there to join Rumble Premium. $99 annually or $9.99 a
For
month.
easy
That's
cow
why we're able to
sticks.
do what we do. We migrated from YouTube a long time
Alright,
ago.
go
More people are
craft.
following suit. We welcome you. The water is warm. And if not, download the app. It's the best way to stay
2
in touch.
infernal
Rumble
pole
Phone's live.
arms.
You want
Sovereign
notifications
infernal
when we're
pole
live,
arms.
just download the app. You never have to worry about algorithms disconnecting us again. Okay. Let's move on before we get to the lawsuit.
And then you can come over
major
here.
deal with Brazil, both from Rumble and
You're going to upgrade them.
Trump, a company under President Trump. We're having a
And
lawfare
first
right now in
two
the United States, and we knew that this was
will
going to
be
happen.
cow sticks.
But I
Bovine
want to
barn
sort of go
seed.
through some myths and facts with you, and all the references, links are available in the description. So let's
All right,
state
now,
last night, I
then,
believe, Donald Trump
You're going to
instructed
quit
the
out.
Justice Department
This
to
is a little
terminate
time consuming, but also saves a lot of time.
attorneys. He
Right?
posted this on
And you
Truth. By the
switch
way,
hero.
I forgot, he's going to be
You
on
can
the
delete
show
this
later
hero.
today to debate one of these judges. Right. They're going to have President Trump and Judge.
Right? Then you create hero.
So President Trump
grab
posted
your
this on
barbarian.
Truth. He said, over the past 4 years, the Department of Justice politicized
And his
like
name's going to
never
be
before.
Torn.
Never
Settings,
before.
Adventure Mode 1.
Therefore, I have instructed the termination of all remaining
You're going to come
binaries.
over
Hard for
here.
me to read my own
You're going to make
Do I sound like that? I don't sound like
2
that. All binaries,
Sovereign
US
Infernal
attorneys, we
Polearms.
must clean house immediately. Like the lady Arnold slept with.
And
Restore
then you're going to
confidence.
come over here.
America's golden age must have a fair justice system that begins today.
You're going to upgrade them.
And this all seems very reasonable.
Now, if you look for people to play with, and you do so on various Facebook pages or Discord pages or da-da-da, not all people you play with are going to be okay with you doing this. They will consider this taking advantage of the game, of using an exploit, right? Exploiting the program or the game to your benefit, and they're going to get mad at you. So make sure, if you're doing this, either just keep it on the down low or find out for sure whether or not the people you're playing with are okay with this.
Yeah, but hold on a second. What is it? Let's get rid of the phrase.
Now, people playing on PC, they have bots that farm for them while they're off, right? Because here, let's go over one of the recipes. Let's, okay, here's a recipe for a convention of, a primal convention of elements, right? Level 1 wizard. Craft 17 sovereign rings. Upgrade all 17 rings. Right? 17th one is going to be COE. And you're going to upgrade that with 2 ashes, right? So, what is that? 220 ashes. And then you're going to reforge it twice. And then you're going to upgrade it with ashes 2 times again. And then reforge it 9 more times to get a primal. That is a fuck ton of math. That's a fuck ton of math. I mean, yeah, you're going to exact specifically, precisely what you're going to get. But oh my gosh. Right? That's a lot. That's too much. Having said that, it's just loud. Having said that, if you go there's under multi-use, there is like this recipe, and I believe under armor, there's an easy primal cloak, ascendant cloak for the monk that you can craft just so you can get ashes. And you just create a level 1 demon hunter, craft 5 sovereign ascendant cloaks and upgrade them, and you will get a primal cloak of Guffwolf, right, with dexterity and vitality. So I mean, so if you want ashes, or you need that piece, but yeah, right, so. And those recipes will work in that order every time with a level 1 character. Later in the game, I'll probably be making that primal cloak to finish out my oh god damn, I hate being old. My brain is so fucked up. Switch hero, delete hero. Do this a couple more times, so I have 6 or 10 of those to run. Oh, for my altar of rights. For my altar of rights, for the bottom potions, for those last few potions.
Escalated this, set the trend of relying on these EOs to circumvent Congress. Everyone has done it, but he was arguably the first president to do it.
And truthfully, I'm still not feeling okay. Whatever I caught over the weekend, it's like my body still hurts a lot. And it's just like, I'm just kind of little out there on cold meds. Caffeine, ibuprofen, and whatnot.
Administrative actions
My
that
phone was
move the
like
ball
that.
forward.
Oh, now, why do I have a school shooter on my left shoulder? Let's go. We're about to open fire. All right, security.
Like, everything seems unusually loud for me today. Like, the little ones over there are just loud as hell. They're loud. Let's keep going. You delete this guy.
This brings us, for those of you who don't remember, to the latest installment of
Wow! This was a wonder. Wait.
Oh, you boys. He's a back. Guys, the fight's out there. All right, let's go to immigration. Okay, this brings us to then. Barack Obama used his executive orders to get around existing immigration laws. Do you remember this? De facto amnesty to DACA recipients? Are you talking about dreamers or anchor babies, all this? Barack, this was unprecedented. People were really upset back then. If you're too young to remember, just check the link in the description. He actually did that. That brings us to now. President Trump has used his executive orders to enforce immigration laws, like deporting illegal aliens, like defending the border. So let me ask you this. Which executive order is more arguably defensive constitutionally? Out of thin air, giving amnesty to people who would not have been given amnesty before, which, by the way, puts taxpayers on the hook. Or an executive order saying, actually, hold on a second, you really do have to enforce the laws that we have had for decades and centuries. You can't just not enforce the law. You can comment below.
I see you.
Gun control.
Mommy, I see
Okay,
you.
gun control. Let's go back to then Barack Obama. used his executive
I
order
forgot to put him in the
expand
chest on the last
gun
run.
control in 2016. Unilaterally expanded background checks. By the way, background checks already existed. This was a true enforcement who's purchased a firearm legally. Notice this, I'm not talking about percentage and specials. This brings us to now.
Be AFK for a minute. Hold on. Okay. I shuffled the little ones off into their room right here, next to the living room. My head is killing me, and they're just a little bit too loud. I'm like, oh, stop. Okay, what are we doing? Creating hero. Bubble-barian. Bubble-butt-arian. Freya.
I don't give a shit. Trying to keep it.
I don't give a shit.
Relatively quick. First off, think of that phrase. I gave a student loan for this. Really? What? You write a check from your personal bank account? What you mean is you stole from other people. And by the way, one of the greatest wealth transfers in history, because the beneficiaries of these student loans were largely upper middle class Americans getting useless degrees that they couldn't pay off. But Biden wants you to think he did that.
Just waiting for the ibuprofen to kick in, really.
They will take credit for doing something like that, I mean, using taxpayer dollars. When President Trump takes credit, he's taking credit right now for cutting waste. With, by the way, an actual team of people who have historically been outside of the government and the left bitches about. So when Donald Trump or Elon Musk says, we did that, they actually did. They didn't just steal your money. Which brings us to another...
They didn't just steal your money.
Former Vice President Biden, respect the office, in 2021, completely disregarded the Supreme Court on the eviction moratoriums as well. How do we know this? Why do I think this? Well, actually, I don't even think this. It is because he said it.
The bulk of the constitutional scholarship says that it's not likely to pass constitutional.
That's all sad.
But at a minimum, by the time it gets litigated, it will probably give some additional time while we're getting that $45 billion out to people who are, in fact, behind in the rent and don't have the money.
So he basically just told you how he was going to effectively break the law, how he was going to violate our constitutional rights. And here's the other issue. I've said this many times. When you virtue signal, when you create this currency through fake victimhood, they're actually real victims. Now, the primary people who benefited from those types of policies were giant multi-billion or trillion-dollar corporations like BlackRock and Vanguard who buy up properties. All these single-family home units. People who were hurt were mom-and-pop home providers. You can say landlord, I'll say home provider because they are providing you with a home. They weren't exempt from making their payments. But the deadbeat didn't have to pay rent because Biden wanted to buy some votes. Hope you like skyrocketing rent and real estate costs because guess what? In that period of time, you saw a wealth transfer of trillions of dollars go to the wealthiest 20 people on earth. They bought up all the properties. Think that helped real estate? And if you don't remember this goes back to then, and Nick, I know you're going to love this one. People like AOC encouraged former Vice President Biden to blatantly ignore the courts.
I believe that the Biden administration should ignore this ruling. I think that we, the courts have the legitimacy and they rely on the legitimacy of their rulings. And what they are currently doing is engaged in an unprecedented and dramatic erosion of the legitimacy of the courts.
It is completely precedented and you can't spell erosion. Hey, look, on CNN, they brought back super straight Brian Stelter.
Dozens of
The jiggle dance they got this guy doing. They just got some dude doing a jiggle dance and they pasted his Brian Stelter's face to it. Freaking hilarious.
They're so upset yesterday. Bringing things back to normal. Well, does normal include you? That we could use a little crazy.
relationship with the press. And I suspect, Pamela, we're going to be talking about this for some time to come because it's not going to end with the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah, you'll be there talking about it because you have dirt on those people. I don't know what it is, but that is the luckiest man in show. He has no talent. He has no charisma. He's unattractive. He's inarticulate, and he's a closeted homosexual. How is that man brought back on air?
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Every characteristic you have to have to be, part of the mainstream media.
By the way,
Allegedly.
AP, we're going to go back to the segment, and I guess we'll have to cut this out for bits because this is an aside. AP, your job, by the way, there's the AP handbook that they give in journalism school. Your job is to report the news. The president named it the Gulf of America. You don't need to say anything more. Instead, you've decided that you won't. Whether it's popular or not, whether you like it or not, you are no longer news. By the way, it is not a violation of the freedom of the press for them to not invite you into the Oval Office or on Air Force One. You can print whatever you want. But your bias is showing. Whenever they say this is a violation of the First Amendment, really? Where are you on big tech? Where have you been this entire time? Where were you on the Hunter Biden laptop? It's not the only example, but it's a very clear one. Where were you on Russiagate? Where were you on Journalist, going back to Barack Obama? Remember, that included Dave Weigel and people at MSNBC. Where were you? Oh, now it's a First Amendment issue because you refuse to report
Alright.
the news, and you are no longer being invited into his private plane and office.
Oh,
Get out of
it
here.
did put any gems in it.
Out under Obama?
What is
Yeah,
this?
I believe from the actual
What
press briefing
is
room.
Barred from the premises almost.
Yes. And of course, people at Fox and people at conservative nonprofits were targeted by the IRS.
Yeah.
I would say that's worse than saying,
maybe.
you won't say Gulf of America, then you can't get on my private plane. Oh, horror. Say it.
And then it's,
Oh my gosh, everything is a civil
Here we
rights
go.
violation to these people. So we just gave you those examples of
bang one of these
AOC
bad
saying
boys
completely
out for
disregard
some
courts.
mats.
That brings us to now. President Trump said that he would flat out respect the courts.
If a judge does block one of your policies, part of your agenda, will you abide by that ruling? Will you comply?
I always abide by the course, and then I'll have to appeal it. But then what he's done is he slowed down the momentum, and it gives crooked people more time to cover up the books.
and I
You know, if a person's
should.
crooked and they get caught, other people
change my pet now that not Lane's, but Noe's pet. Get a flying pet. There we go. We'll get this one.
Pretty clear contrast from.
I pick stuff up a little bit better. That
He sucks at being a dictator. That is one area. Look, he needs to brush up because if he's going to be a dictator, you got to get better at it. Yeah. Don't you remember the Fuhrer? He first came out and said, "There will be the right to bear arms in every household, and I will respect the courts. And the Jews
dirty,
can walk down the street
bastards.
freely. That's right. And don't forget, stop Asian hate. Don't see a lot of Asians, but still." Also, my guy with the intelligence, he's a turkey. And it's okay because I know Patel wouldn't be mad at me misreferring to him as a Paki. I know he's not a Paki. It's racist Hitler. This has been Then and Now. All right. Let's go on to some key facts here.
watch for the portal. Waiting for the portal.
Johnny. The third key fact here. The authority of these lower federal courts that are blocking Trump, I would say it's BS, but at best, it's questionable. Let me put a finer point on this. There are about 900 federal judges in America. Okay. So let's just look at this logically. Do you think that the founding fathers, do you think that their intent was for someone to be able to shop around for one of the 900 judges to completely obstruct the president? Do you think the intent of the founding fathers, when we're talking about the three branches of government, we're talking about the separation of powers, was that one of 900 judges should have more power than the president? Is that what you believe the design is meant to be? Please comment below. I would love to hear an argument if that's the case. Most recent example of an injunction was on President Trump's funding freeze. Which again, this is, in my opinion, completely defensible. It's not increasing, it's not creating an entire new government department. It's not charging taxpayers more. It's saying, hey, we're going to freeze this until we know where the money is going. I can't think of a more legitimate use of an executive order, aside from maybe opening up energy leases here in our own country. This injunction was issued by Rhode Island District Court Judge. I want to make sure I get his name right because I don't like it.
There's
John
one finally.
J. McConnell Jr. Who, let me tell you a little bit about this guy. 1 out of 900. They found the guy, member of the Southern Poverty Law Center, board member of Planned Parenthood. Really hit black people. He's, of course, an anti-Trumper. He's a radical progressive who called Donald Trump a tyrant, and he said that racism is a white people problem. So all of these things, you know, that you hear and make you say, I don't like that guy. But let's LeVar Burton this. You don't have to take my word for it. The 1 out of 900 judges who believes he has more power than the President of the United States has told you who he is in his own, if effeminate, words.
Where courts stand and enforce the rule of law that is against arbitrary and capricious actions by what could be a tyrant, or could be what not. We saw plenty of examples of that recently. In many ways, racism is a white people's problem, and white people need to figure out how to solve it. We all have
racism is a white people problem.
Racism, obviously, and make
like,
no mistake about it.
Just that and stuff is like, I think a judge who says something like that should get barred just on principle alone. That he would say that the only people that can be racist are white people. That's what he's saying. And I, you know, like one of my good buddies, his Mexican mama, his Mexican grandma, actually, just bring up the word Filipino in her presence, you know, and just let her go. And you'll find out pretty quick, right?
You think he's supposed to have more authority than the president? Let me ask you. Hey, I don't know where you live in this country right now, if you're watching.
Every time you hear on the news somebody go, you whack people on the news, it's just like, that's racist, man.
Anyway, I do appreciate that, unlike John Oliver, the coward,
it goes both ways. It really does.
Stand in the pocket. Fight. So we actually, if we have them on the line now.
I mean, you can say it's a white people problem, Because we're the only ones you're allowed, or they are, because I'm mulatto, I'm mixed breed. So I don't know, even then, because, you know, I didn't grow up on the reservation.
And thank you for having me. This judge thinks
A lot of
she
Indians
can tell
wouldn't consider me native,
No, you're not.
right? Oh, you're not spiritually native. You're not ethnically or culturally or blah blah blah. And I'm like, I didn't ask. And or I'll say yes on purpose.
People say it's not what I heard. I heard they call you Limp Dick Dread. Who said that? They're like, you're lying. Your wife said it. Your wife.
No, your wife said it.
Said it to me last night. You don't even know. In the shack. No, don't say. You're going too far. I went all. That's right. I go too far. I went all the way with your wife. Don't push it, Donnie. I'm getting real tired. She needs the warmth.
Judge Dredd and Trump.
You don't give her warmth with that helmet. It's cold. We got good gas heating in our house. No, I don't think you do. I think there's a leak. No, and there's a shortage of HVAC. That's why my next year will help people in the trades. How did you know that? Did you talk to my landlord? Wait a second. I'm sorry. Look, I appreciate, but I have to go. I'm getting a call from your wife. No.
No, I'm getting a call from your wife.
Wrong.
Yeah, he had the balls to come on the show.
Yes, he did.
I really do appreciate that about him. So, yeah, that's a good thing. By the way, on the judges, you're telling me that 900 people basically control the president? It's not just shopping for one
Oh,
judge.
yeah, let's
It's
clear out.
saying you have to appeal to the lowest common denominator.
It's been a while since I've done these.
They run the country? Yeah.
Like, the world is so fuzzy right now.
Especially when it's
Why is everything so fuzzy?
Yeah. Also, when
Fuzzy
you understand
wuzzy was a bear.
certainly, I mean,
I really don't
I won't get into detail.
care.
But the judges on your local circuit, these are the people who are most concerned with
For sure, I
optics
have all
and
these
the least
pieces
likely to do the right
already.
thing. Yeah. They're up for re-election. It's determined by only a handful of votes. They don't want to rock the boat. It's very different from the Supreme Court. Yeah. That's why we have lifetime appointments in the Supreme
Okay,
Court.
let's start
You
doing
want to
this
understand
too
how
while I'm
broken
doing
our justice
these.
system is? Go look into your local
Start
judge. You might be
extracting.
surprised in a red district. They often are not representative of their constituency at all. Here's another bonus factoid
Need to
here.
put like 40 of these in here anyway.
Not only is this precedent, not only will this likely be held up.
60.
These actions
Something
are
like
good
that.
political strategy. I think President Trump needs to keep his foot on the gas here. Let the checks and balances act as they may. Congress can do their job, pass laws,
Right.
and he can continue with this because you're seeing the American public say, "Oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I get. Well, wait, how much waste?" So that is an end goal in and of itself. Is simply raising awareness. We've always known that government has been corrupt, and we're saying the same thing as CNN. He wants to dismantle the federal government. We're all here saying he wants to dismantle the federal government. Woohoo! For, like a good example is
Woo! Oh my God, no! Woo!
citizenship. I should say interpretation. Right. Interpreted as children of illegal aliens. If the court blocks President Trump's executive order on this, Congress can pass a law that can clarify the 14th Amendment does not at all extend citizenship to children of illegal aliens, and they can do so citing the drafter of the 14th Amendment themselves. And if you want to know more about this, birthright citizenship, you can go to anywhere audio podcasts exist. We have the 3 and 3 installments, 3 minutes or less, 3 key facts that you need to know. All the references are publicly listed. We have gun control, we have mass shootings, we have abortion, I believe we have Reconstruction, we have George Washington. One of them is on birthright citizenship. It's really simple. Don't be caught flat-footed with that. And where we are right now at this point is we're at the point of executive orders being used to a degree that they often haven't historically because of Barack Obama. The primary difference is one side uses executive orders to abuse the Constitution, to create new forms of government, and right now we are witnessing, for the first time in our lives, one president used executive orders to scale back
There we
government
go.
to its
All
originally
right.
intended size. You tell me which one is the tyrant.
Just the fact that your taxpayer money went to Hamas. Yes, that should be enough. It should for
Hop in
everybody.
here.
Yes, no matter what side of the
She's
aisle.
working on it. See, that's so much more convenient to farm your portals like this.
Unminted penny to Hamas. We're doing
Oh,
pennies,
you
too.
know.
We should have done away with them like 40 years ago, but fine.
Well, give them the pennies. Let them count 40 billion in pennies. They're still using a fucking abacus.
Yeah, they claim they.
Is that what it is?
That's what it is. Anyways, they claim they invented the modern numerical system. It's the Greeks.
It is.
Basically, these people, and by people I mean low-life leftists, have fought the law as they see it, and I think the law has won.
Don't you ever let anybody take your power.
We can say retard again.
I never stopped.
I never stopped you. But I think it's allowed on YouTube. I don't know. I don't care. How many times have you had to hit the dump button today? I don't care. By the way, go to pure.com/Crowder. They are the sponsor of today's show. I will tell you this. I switched to them. I'll just say, I have better service at a much better price than Verizon. And I'm not giving money to people who hate me. You actually get a $0 iPhone or Samsung Galaxy when you sign up. Starting at $45 a month. It's a better plan.
They have an American-based call center. I didn't know that was possible anymore, but I guess it's still possible.
Really?
Yeah, they do. You call, you get someone on the phone.
Do that?
You're kidding.
Yes.
Don't
No
make the mistake.
translator needed?
None.
Yeah.
Don't make the mistake that I made where I was transferring my old phone to a new phone and I was calling the call center from said phone.
Yeah, and they're like, all right, we're about to...
Yeah, I heard you
cut
say
your
it.
SIM.
Like, oh, we're about to delete your SIM number. I'm like, yeah, but if that happens, click.
That sounded very good. That sounded like me.
I have to go on my computer and text them like, hey, anyone have a spare phone so I can call to transfer my phone? That's not their fault. I'm a moron. PureTalk.com/Crowder. And where are you going to be this weekend, Nick?
Thursday night, I'm going to be at the Bricktown Comedy Club in Tulsa. And this Friday night, the next night, St. Louis Funny Bone.
That's going to be nice. Bricktown's a lot. I did that not too long ago.
I've never been there.
I had a fever of 104 when I got off stage. I remember throwing my shirt off in the green room before the set, and it went slop. And I was like, I guess I worked up a sweat.
Why, was it hot in there?
No, I was sick. I was stuck in Oklahoma for 3 days.
I hope they washed the microphone.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I like to. It's like a cast iron skillet. You season it. That's the trick.
How was the club good?
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, really good people there. Really a lot of fun. I like Oklahoma. Good people there.
Anytime. You can drop another portal. Anytime now.
Higher state of Oklahoma, if I'm not mistaken. You're right.
I got in trouble the last time I was in Tulsa. This was a long time ago. On morning radio.
Oh.
They go, I was talking about, is it Oral Roberts University?
Is it?
Yeah.
In
The giant praying hands.
Yeah, I
the
think-
statue
yeah.
out front.
Yeah.
They have praying hands.
Nation
They're like,
of Islam, sorry. Yeah.
they're about 8.
There's Oral Roberts. Yeah.
Okay, let me get through this bit.
I think it's Oklahoma, but the point remains.
Yeah, giant praying hands.
Yes.
And I was on morning radio, and I said they should put a dick in one of the hands, let people know what they're doing when they're in Tulsa for a week. And boy, did those phones light up.
And boy, did those phones light up.
Oh my gosh, I don't envy having the morning circuits where you get up and you're like, there's 4 people watching and not a single one of them is going to enjoy the show.
And I had an incident in the audience, husband and wife were yapping or whatever. I said, tell your wife to shut up. And he goes, it's my sister. I go, Tulsa, what the fuck's the difference?
Oh, what the fuck's the... Oh,
And the
Jesus.
wife gets up. They try to get on stage, both of them. And well, luckily there were 2 doormen that tackled them. I'm standing up there like a little pussy. Go ahead, choke them out.
I was standing up there like a little pussy. Go ahead, drink them out.
Yeah, well, at least they had their siblings.
All right. Oh, you want Portal on this one? It was a decent one.
We're going to have guests on in a little
But,
bit. Hopefully they're waiting
that
Paulo
sucked.
Figueredo and Alan DeSantos. So, this is big news. This morning, Rumble and Trump Media and Technology Group, TMTG, they jointly sued the Brazilian Supreme Court Justice Alexandra de Moraes. De Moraes is what we've called him. We're not on a first name basis. We aren't. In a Florida federal court. Now, quick
See what
note
we
here.
got.
This
Fire
was
skill.
mere hours after Moraes
So,
received the indictment
but only
of the
one credit
former
that would have to
president.
roll for a socket.
Brought an
It's
indictment against the former
ancient,
president,
but
fan, friend of Trump,
yeah.
more conservative, pro-liberty, right?
Already
This
have
judge
viewers.
now holds in his hands
I don't think they have that.
indicting
Let's-
the former president as he
let's
runs
see.
interference for a
Probably can't
large
extract any because I didn't get any more
arguably
portals. Yeah,
dictator
so it all
right
goes in
now.
fire for now.
That's the temperature.
Well, let's save that one.
Let me
Yeah, I
give you
think
the
I need
why
that for
on this
something.
specific case
I don't know.
and what it means for everyone here. And please, by
I
the
don't
way,
think I'm
fill out
doing
the
any
support your
necro
Brazilian brothers and
things, but
sisters,
just in
because
case
there
I
are a lot of
do.
them who I guarantee would love to be stateside here in America because they see the writing on the wall and they're in a fight for the very fiber of their
Okay,
country.
so
Moraes
have to
issued
restart
an
pot
order
Pop another one.
that
Quit
would
out.
ban basically some U.S.-based creators, Brazilians in America, from
Pop another
seeing
cow
created
stick.
content. This arguably, right now, I don't know that it's been named, but it's specifically designed to try and silence Alan.
See if we can get one more than one portal to drop this go
Basically,
around.
you have a rogue judge in Brazil saying, hey, we want the American government, or we want, it's so complicated, but here's what they want. They want to get rid of Brazilians who are in the United States, not even in Brazil anymore, from creating content. They want to ban Brazilians from seeing the content of Brazilians who are here in America. And they need the personal information of said creators to do that. Think of how scary that is. They're basically trying to extradite these people digitally for the crime of speech. Does that make it clear?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
I'm very ignorant on this subject. Does it matter whether these Brazilians in the United States are citizens now, naturalized?
Oh my goodness, this is.
Well, they might try and make the case
Yes,
but it
this could
shouldn't
be
because
good.
they're basically asking the United States, they're basically trying to violate our law.
Primal.
Right here.
Silence.
Yeah. In other words, if you're a citizen or not here, the United States doesn't just ban you for speech, and certainly doesn't hand your information over to a tyrannical government. And if you know what this government wants to do to these, by the way, journalists, it's terrifying. So Rumble and President Trump want to have the court declare this order from Mariah as unenforceable in the United States. So think about this for a second. What this decision means, it will set the precedent for companies like Google and YouTube, or Meta, Facebook, X.
Where's
Right?
another
Will
one?
you side with the United
Unstairs.
States, our constitutionally protected rights, or not even a foreign government, a foreign rogue judge? You want to talk about foreign interference? Telling America how we moderate speech. Does it get any more clear than that? That's what this lawsuit is about. For people who don't remember, Brazil banned Rumble, flat out, 2023. They banned it. I know you think they can do that because if you're American. Yes, other governments can do that. They can simply ban entire platforms if they don't like what is being said there.
Yeah.
What happened last week is Rumble was then restored after Brazil rescinded the censorship order. And an important contrast, too, here, by the way, and this is not me patting myself on the back, but Chris and the people at Rumble, there's a reason that we signed a contract with Rumble. There's a reason that we teamed up with Rumble. X, Elon Musk, doing a lot of great work. Yeah. Certainly Doge. Huge fan of it.
Oops.
But X did back down. They did kneel before Brazil and demands, and they did censor content creators.
After saying they wouldn't.
They said they wouldn't.
Fighting for a little bit, then they did. Rumble never did.
Yeah.
The entire
And
process.
X did it quietly.
Yes.
They went out and said, we will. If this is a free speech platform, all right, let's ban them. Let's get rid of them. Rumble's the only one that has been in the thick of it this entire time. In case you guys don't understand just how evil, I would argue, this judge has been, let's go through his history of censorship, right? Mariah's. He ordered retraction of a magazine article that was exposing corruption in the Brazilian Supreme Court. He tried to ban Telegram completely in Brazil, the app, encrypted app where people communicate. I would imagine that's probably where they criticize the government and Supreme Court of Brazil. And of course, he tried to force Rumble to remove accounts completely. And when they didn't remove accounts, they banned Rumble outright. This is a man who, by the way, in Brazil, they have more power than here in the United States, these Supreme Court justices, who wants to have complete control over what the public see and hear. And now he's extending it to trying to tell us in the United States what kind of laws we will enforce or create. It would basically require new laws to do this and to sell out these American-loving Brazilians who are pointing out corruption in the government. And by the way, some Brazilians support these people, just like here in the United States. They support the censorship, like Ted Lieu right now, who's on CNN. You have people here who are willing participants. Basically, what we are seeing here is some Brazilians in America are saying bad things about the Brazilian government, so the Brazilian government is attempting to ban them, not just in Brazil, but in America as well. So here it is.
Yeah, that's not
Brazilians
gonna
in America
fly.
saying bad things about the Brazilian government. Alan DeSantos and Paulo Figueiredo.
I mean,
And for those out there, please do follow these gentlemen, support them. Paulo Figueiredo is at Real P Figueiredo on X. Alan DeSantos is Alan L. DeSantos on X. Gentlemen, are you both there? Can you see me, hear me?
Yes, I can.
Can you hear me?
Well, it's time to go clear out.
You look far more polished than I do right now. I don't know what kind of backlighting you have, but you look like a biracial.
Probably a filter.
Let me ask you guys: is there anything that I've missed, and how scary is this for you right now?
Well, I guess it's pretty scary. I was indicted with President Bolsonaro yesterday, also part of the Disney World coup d'etat. So it's pretty scary. The only reason why Alan and I are not in a prison is because we're in the United States. So I've been living here for 11 years now, and Alan has been here under political asylum as well. So it's very scary, and I think it should be scary for everyone in the world because it's part of a global trend. And what Moraes has done in Brazil.
Oh yeah, J.D. Vance was just right. And then like one of the guys, there's like, remember the guy who laughed at Trump when he told him, I wouldn't be buying. Oh, I just got cracked. And he's telling him, I wouldn't be buying all that Russian oil because if you do, there's a good chance that he's going to start a war in Ukraine with that money. And everyone laughed at him. Don't be shutting down all your coal plants and all your what is it? Nuclear power plants, because you're going to need that energy. If you're just going to, you end up buying it from Russia, this isn't going to work. Sure enough, they ended up giving Russia a whole bunch of money. Russia invaded Ukraine, like right off the get. But the one of the guys, the politicians who was laughing at Trump when he said all that, cried on stage because J.D. Vance called him a totalitarian for arresting people and fining people for saying things, for supposed hate speech, right? Supposed, alleged, for, on Instagram and Facebook and shit, on social media, right? Oh, same governments that this guy's friends passed a law in their country where if your house is within like 3 or 4 blocks of a pregnancy center, abortion center, you could be arrested for praying inside your house if you're praying to save babies or whatever. Like, same governments are arresting people for praying silently across the street from one of these joints. Like, that's fucking evil. That's literal thought police. Get this all wound up here.
Involving the Workers' Party, involving all the communists down there. Because we exposed them, they found a way to censor us, whatever we would like.
What the fuck?
And this is very important to say.
How do they do that shit all the way?
When you mentioned before,
Hope I full up.
They're here in the United States. I was listening carefully when you said that because for a pill, that was a tiny piece that did not make the Democrat hack the Supreme Court in the United States. Right.
Oh, must identify first.
That would happen here, of course, in the United States too. And if Trump wouldn't win the election, if people did not understand correctly that we need Trump as a president, we would be facing right now the Democrats not complaining about Elon Musk, but arresting Elon Musk, arresting everyone, and put everyone in prison. And
have all this stuff.
Because that's what happened in Brazil. I can imagine. So to see Democrats holding accountable here for violating U.S. law, that's pretty good. I do hope that
Gift
that is what
of
transpires.
Solaria.
Also, just on sort of a side note, do you guys find it gut-bustingly sort of urinate yourself hilarious that AP is claiming a violation of the First Amendment their rights here because they're not personally being invited on Air Force One, considering you guys are being fitted for an orange jumpsuit?
I think they should go to Brazil. I
think they should go to Brazil. Try their shit there. Oh, that's hard not to like. Hello, Miss Follower. I have a present for you.
And free clothing as well. So I think they should try that.
So that's one way to look at it. You're ever the optimist looking out for the other guy. Yeah, this is where we... Let me ask you this, actually. Because in the United States, we know that the media is corrupt. And we obviously see this not only with you said, but this goes back to Barack Obama and journalists.
Remove that.
You obviously are journalists. But I want to ask you, beyond the government, what has the tone been with other Brazilian journalists? Is it like here where they lean far left all the time and so you guys are kind of the two odd men out? Or do they see the writing on the wall and are they concerned about their freedom as journalists? Have they defended you or have
That's
they
a big
sort of
helpy
distanced
help.
themselves?
Oh, well, wait a minute, not quite. Let's see if I have enough gems to do this.
Just as dead as it is the mainstream media in the United States. I think it's even worse there.
Let's craft a few.
It used to be a consensus in the Western world until 5 years ago that you should not silence dissidents and different political opinions. But right now in Brazil,
well, that's because the government was paying for them. Oh, paying for all the dissidents and color revolutions.
And what happened to me. Yeah, like you said, remember I had the #1 political show on TV in the country until
Don't need this. Should be able to roll.
And instead of actually saying, well, this is dangerous, 99% of the journalists said, well, he's not really a journalist. He's they call me, and Alan's the same thing. They call him a blogger, a YouTuber, a social media influencer. And
all right. That's proper.
School. Most of them
650 is the man.
And it was on mainstream media TV. I've written for U.S. papers, Brazilian papers, and they still call me. And now even the federal police of my country, they refuse to call me journalist. They call me entrepreneur, which I am as well. Sure, it's true. I'm an economist. Yes, I am an economist as well. But mainly my profession is journalist. Yeah, I don't know.
Just because my brain is not working right.
Your bachelor's degree says if you're reporting news and commenting on it, you're a journalist. That's the definition.
You're a podcaster.
Yeah, exactly. That's
okay. We're good.
That's what they always do too.
That's what I am.
Yeah. There's a point very interesting that you make, like if someone was kind of defending us. When I was using Tercity, my company in Brazil, when I was operating in Brazil, my channel was the Bright Bar of Brazil. Like the imagine Bright Bar in this prime time.
There we go.
Prime time in the beginning. So everyone that started broadcasting in Brazil and getting successful, they passed through this a little bit before. So then we started in there. And Paulo, including Paulo. So when Paulo was on mainstream media defending me, he got punished. Right.
That one also for
this message.
that's pretty good. Hello, Trini. So
I'm going after. You're gonna be persecuted too. He's not only who's here with me. He is now we are in a Time magazine.
Oh yes, Gold Skin with 3 stocks for half of those.
He was in the biggest TV broadcast.
That's going to be better later on.
He was a journalist in there for more than 20 years. He has more than 30 years of experience doing journalism. He was doing sports and so forth. And then he got a show, like entertainment show for morning show in Brazil. And he invited me to go there. I'm talking about TV, not YouTube, not internet. He got fired at the end of the show just because he invited me.
Wow. Yeah. It doesn't. I mean, yes, it's terrible. It doesn't surprise me. Again, as someone who's been in media really since I was a teenager, and I've spoken about it with Nick too. It's unfortunate. The same thing in the comedy side a lot. It's not all the comedians, but it's a lot of bookers. It's a lot of go. And what's the first thing they do is say, oh, this person's not funny, this person's not a comedian, or oh, this person's not a journalist. Well, hold on a second. Are they reporting news? Are they exposing corruption? Are they breaking news? They're a journalist. Well, hold on a second. Are people paying to go see that person, make them laugh? They're a comedian. You may not like
What?
them, but they just go through this whole sequence of denying, and then eventually discrediting. I think Gerald has a question, and we're going to continue, of course, for those who aren't members on Rumble Premium, which allows us to do all of this. Gerald.
Yeah, so Paulo, and Alan, I'll ask you to answer the same question after he does, but Paulo, if you can just...
Yeah, maybe in a couple of months, or in the summer rolls around, I might get Rumble Premium. But I don't know. That puts me like, I don't want to accidentally be streaming stuff that's members only and get copyrighted, right? Let's see here. Let's see what we got here. Oh, my head. Oof, my head. See what Osmond Gold has to say today. Getting done. They keep making videos about me. Osmond Gold stroking his ego. It's kind of funny though, because he tries to stroke his own ego, but he's not exactly sure how he should go about it. Right? I have to fix my Twitch so I can get verified. So I'm trying to get this set up so I can stream and have this separate side account to stream with. It's like I tried to create a couple of different channels, but it didn't delete them properly. And they're attached to my number, but I don't know how to get in those accounts. Yeah. So, daughter texted me. Yeah. Okay, so what am I doing? Oh yeah, popping through this next hole. And I was looking for something else to listen to. Did I pick everything up here? Yeah. Need more time. Poison be gone. So pick all my. See? Still got. What the hell? You were supposed to be dead. Yeah. So I can, every once in a while, I just want to get on in his chat, harangue him a little bit. Not that I know him or I've ever talked to him or anything. It's because there's some things he believes that aren't, founded in reality. I mean, he's better than most. Way better. Way more solid than a lot of people you see on the internet for what he thinks is real and isn't real, right? Drop this right out the gate. That's right. But man, he has this thing about universal income, basic income, as being a good idea or a passable or workable idea. And they are not. There has never been a country that has attempted a UBI that didn't cancel the program shortly after starting the program, right? There just isn't. It doesn't take very long at all to figure out. Oh, I should be able to put some more stuff in the cube here. There we go. Can't remember if the cap is 40 or 60 items, right? But I should be getting at that point where there's not that much more for the wizard that can go in here. Then I don't have to worry about, right? Yeah, it's ancient, but it has much lower value on it, percentage value. Oh yeah. It's the one I rolled. Okay, that one can go in. Thought I'd already put one of these in the cube, but I guess not. You have two of those. No. Fuck it, put one of them in there. There we go. There we go. Shouldn't have to worry about that again for a while. Oh. Another portal, yay. Yay! Keys. this charged up a bit again. Alright. Nothing else was picking up. Oh, spot to go over there. Key. Yeah, so you get keys out of this, you get your bounty mats, you get everything. Normally there's not like being able to craft two things, bovine barcy back and forth is not something you can do. It's really just you usually use your crusader and you'll craft like 20 of the pole arms and an average of, right, 1 out of 3 on average will be your bovine bardacy. Usually costs way more materials once you start upgrading them. So I would take advantage of that with if you're going to be playing multiple characters this season and whatnot. I would take advantage of that. Because why not? There are, outside of the recipes, like this still takes a lot of mats. There are, I think, more egregious exploits people use. I mean, like some people get mad because occasionally you'll have what there'll be a super, like kind of like the bovine bardacy thing, but it'll be like craft 2 orbs and upgrade them, or 2 rings and upgrade them, and the second one will be a perfect COE, or same with necklaces, and the second one will be a perfect squirts necklace where all you have to do is roll your elemental damage on it. Comes with a socket. Roll your elemental damage. It's primal and like crit. It's like, yeah, no, that's, I can see, but it's pretty rare that you get something like that, right? On a build you actually need that's a big necessary piece to be as badass as possible on build. I mean, that doesn't happen every season. In fact, sometimes the easiest one to make is something stupid like a puzzle ring. Like it's not good for your build at all, right? I mean, if you're farming gems, it's good for farming gems and some mats, but gold is like, I mean, all you really got to do is run with the boon of the hoarder. You don't have to worry about gold, right? And if you're running a dexterity-based character, you're probably going to have a green gem in your helm anyways to get the double gem drops off of the broken crown. Oh, that one's slightly better. That one's actually slightly better. Although I think I still need to run a bunch of Act 1, Act 4 bounties anyway, again, because I still need one more Ring of Grandeur. I'd like to have one more Ring of Grandeur for my follower. Oh, I'm full up. Full up. What? How do I not have any? I didn't pick up any gems on that. That's seems odd. Lots of ancient stuff dropping in there. Let's take a look at this. Yeah. Work our way back up. Let's see, arcane. No socket, no crits. It really wants me to run with the scoundrel, dropping all them scoundrel tokens. That's actually not bad. I mean, fire damage caps at 20 on that, but it's 980 intelligence. It's not bad if it's. And I could roll if necessary. I could roll another stat on there. I want to put that haunted visions. Yeah, I want that. In case I do. Oh, I want that combo, definitely. Oh, yeah. It's better, but not better. Better, not better. Oh, it's got a higher damage on it. So we will. We'll go with it. It's 94 instead of whatever the other one was. And I hate it when it does that. That's annoying. Get the other crap out of here later. Alright. Yeah, 194% from 180. I can roll a little bit more crit chance on it, probably. Just a little more crit chance. $40 or $50 crit damage isn't bad. 630 of 650 possible intelligence is pretty good. 194 out of 200%. Oh, look at that. What A-rods. There we go. Come on, give me the 6. You know you wanna. You know you really, really wanna. Give me the 6%. You know you wanna. You know you really wanna give me 6%. Oh. Apparently it really doesn't want to. Oh well, I guess I don't get it. Let's go check and see if I have enough the resources for this. No. I'm spending too many. Spending too many. On the cube. Yeah. I'm done with that anyway, so. Okay. Oh, what? That was pretty sad. I didn't even see that little guy. I was too busy paying attention to what I was picking up. That's not good. That's not good gameplay right there. No, that's not. It's kind of sad gameplay. I tell you what. Okay, that's good enough. Let's go to the next level. Ah, not quite ready yet. I want hopeless that night. Guess I could have went. I didn't think there were any survivors left. Oh, there's a guy here, so this is probably the last one. Yep, there it is, back by the portal. Alright. Go, clear out, hop back in our cow stick again. Oops. Odd. Not picking up any gems in there, which is... I'm not sure if I might need one of those. No. You need to carry one of those. Okay. Oh, jeez. Thought for sure that would get it. Guess I'll have plenty of those. If I need to roll a specific roll on something. I'm a monkey monk. Doodly-doo. Okay, so this is where I'm picking up all the gems is in here. Not in the other portal things. Apparently. I think the most amount of portals I've gotten out of one of these is like 3. I don't think you ever get more than 3 out of one. But still, it's pretty safe bet you'll get at least 1 out of each one of these. So it's pretty good farming. You don't have to run all over the entire map of Sanctuary. You just make yourself a bunch of bovine bar to see, and there we go. There's another one. There's the third one. Drop ourselves in here. And this one should get me at least the rest of what I need for the altar over there. Although, oh yeah, I need one more stake in Ring of Grandeur. So I can wear my gloves of worship on my follower. Wind this up again. Oh. Oh, come now. That wasn't very nice. That's probably part of my problem was didn't reignite that magic weapon after taking some hard hits. You dare injure me? Where you going, buddy? Trying to crawl under the ground and hide. But, yeah. Okay, let's get this charge back up again. ready. Jesus. I can tell I don't have a lot of intelligence dumped into my Paragon yet, because normally, right, once you get over 1,000 Paragon, you don't, like, take hits like that. I just, your resistances are too high. Because your intelligence also ends up being resist all on your whiz. Doo-doo-doo. Do-do-do-do. Full up. Did I ever? Area damage. Yep. That's proper. That's proper. That looks good, but it is not. It is not so good. That's not as good as the one I've got. I think I need one of this. I can't remember if I need to carry it, or it needs to go in the cube. No, I've got one in the cube, so I will just throw that one in the stash for now. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Blind on hit. It's 20. Almost there. I just need to drop some hint stones and silver stuff, and should be golden. Need more time. Let's put that on. So I like those ones. I like them ones. I do. Dang it. Wait for all them resistances to get built up. Sometimes it just doesn't work out so well. Okay. There you go. All right. Now I should be able to get the thing on the thing for the thing. Yes. Yes. Set the bottom one here. Oh, I need an ancient puzzle ring. And reforging requires that shit. Well, I will worry about that later. Got that. I'll probably go make some of them cloaks a little bit later. Well, I guess I got 20 minutes. I can do it now. Oh, still need to finish this out. Jesus. Still lots of gold up in here. Lots of death breath to be had. Lots of gems. Give me that. Give me those. Dang you. A lot of these guys use light on fire and run away. They'll die. They'll die eventually. Full up. Full up again already. We have one of those ancient. Catches, yeah. Fire. Nope. Need it with lightning. Cane. Lightning. There's no crits on it in no socket. Yes, come on. Good Stoner Jordan. It's such a mother blipper. Such a mother blipper to get. It's not that you absolutely have to have one on a POJ, but you can definitely make it thump a lot better at lower levels if you have a Stoner Jordan, right? Just line it all out to be lightning damage, right? I mean, your big damage trader is going to be cold damage, but by boosting the hell out of your lightning damage and wearing the Stoner Jordan that makes all of them equal, right? It's pretty good. It's a banger. Yeah, that's a banger. Especially lower levels with wall of wind, so everything's frozen. Taking that extra cold damage because it's extra damage from being frozen. Which is one of your passies on the monk is enemies that are frozen or stunned take like 30% extra damage or something silly. So it's a big deal to have stuff stunned and frozen all the time. While of wind, you can put it on your cyclone strike, and it just freezes the guy like everything's already always frozen, and your POJ automatically fires off a free cyclone strike every time like you hit somebody with your channeling skill. Alright, I'm going to call that good enough. Then we'll also wrap up this here stream. It's close to 2 hours. I can get the little one sitting on the potty and start looking at what I'm going to get for lunch. Pretty sure I need that crystal fist for one of the monk builds. Okay. 115. Looks good. Alright, thanks for joining me here on and I've been on this Discord thing the whole time. I don't even know it. Nobody chatted me. Nobody loves me. Nobody loves me. Everyone hates me. Alright, catch everyone later.